journaling. It's a great tool that I use to process my emotions, gain some clarity inside my mind, reduce my stress, and overall improve my mental health. But I know there's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to journaling. People don't know where to start, what to do, what's the right or wrong thing. Is there such thing as the right or wrong thing? Where do I go? Where's the direction I need to find? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you guys what I do. This is how I journal. These are the things I go through. This is the different types that I've used throughout my process. But I just want you to know that there's different ways to do it. You never have to listen to what I do. Listen to this, take it with a grain of salt, invent your own. So if you're ready to learn about journaling, I'm ready to talk about it. Let's do this. Let's go. First things first, I always start with a gratitude journal. I feel like that's the most efficient and the most easiest, but honestly sometimes the hardest psychologically, depending on where you are in your depression, depending where you are in your life, or depending where you are in your downtime, right? Being grateful for things is sometimes very hard to see. Being grateful for things is sometimes stupid. Trust me, I think about that all the time. I'm an ungrateful piece of... But one of the most effective ways to start journaling is really going into a gratitude journal. Simply, easy peasy. Write down 3 things. 3 that you're grateful for every day. 3 things. I am grateful for my dogs. I'm grateful for my kids. I'm grateful for my wife. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my legs. I'm grateful for shelter, my house, God. There's many things that we're grateful for, but we don't give it the credit it deserves, right? Because it's so simple. And a lot of times writing down that you're grateful for, gratitude is very simple. So simple that we won't do it. But studies have shown that journaling can reduce stress, improve positive emotions, and improve overall well-being. So why not just write 3 things that you're grateful for every day? Pretty simple, right? Let me show you the next one. Another easy way to start journaling is using prompts or journaling prompts. So journaling prompts are questions or statements that helps you dive deeper into the emotions that you have. It can be a super simple question like, how am I feeling today? Or a more complex statement like, what are some limiting beliefs that hold me back? Why did I do this? What's this? Just acting? What am I acting? Using prompts can help you explore thoughts and emotions in a safe manner. Honestly, I like using the one, how am I feeling today? Because it gets me right to the emotion, and then after that, I can write down how I feel. And usually from starting that, and usually from doing that, it starts going down to a pattern, and a pattern start finding out why I may feel that way. I think I have another one. Here's a big mistake. Before I move on to the next one, I want you to wait because there's another one at the end that I'm going to talk about that I think is the biggest mistake that most people make when journaling. Hands down, probably the biggest mistake that I've definitely made. Next one, set a journaling practice. Notice to say practice, even though it's a very yoga-ish name or yoga-ish term, practice, because there's no perfect way to do it. You're just practicing journaling. But setting a time, a place, a day that's very consistent is how you're going to find, or even more so how I found, the most benefit out of journaling. I like doing it in the morning, sometimes at night, but more so it's very routine for me to do it in the morning. Why? Because I start with my grateful thoughts, just like we talked about before, and then after that I do a little bit of visionary stuff where I vision what I want in life, my goals ahead, how I perceive the future to be, and make it real. And number 3, it kind of just structures my day out, right? Sometimes I just write down I got things to do, and it's all done. But I do it every morning. If I forget and mess up, it's a practice. And that's where we get caught up. It's like, oh, I did 4 out of 6 days. Wait, 7 days a week? 4 out of 7 days. I quit. Don't quit. Just keep it as a practice and you'll find more success in that. And the last one, I think that most people make a lot of mistakes on, especially me. I did this, I still do it sometimes because I get very self-conscious when I journal because I'm scared someone might read it, right? Well, the big mistake is that you're not writing freely. You don't write openly. You don't write honestly. We close up. We protect a little bit because we're afraid someone's going to find out. You want it to be perfect. You want it to be spelt right. You want it to sound cool. No one's going to read it. Sometimes you can't even understand what you write. So don't worry about grammar or punctuation or what it looks like. I'm going to show you what mine looks like right now. It looks like a bunch of lines and curves with dots and then maybe some graffiti. And maybe you'll find a word or 2 in there. But I kind of understand what it means. I kind of understand where I was going with it. But the main thing is to get out there and write with no filter. Write down every thought that comes into your mind, without censoring or judging any of those thoughts. By doing that, you will gain more clarity than anything. Because I know when I did it, I would write and then protect. I would write and try to make it look nice. No, but you know what I mean? Oh, how am I going to read it later? Who's going to read it later? Nobody. So then I just started to write. And when I wrote faster, trying to keep these thoughts in or trying to get these thoughts out, it got better and better and better. Now, you guys can write. Listen, I'm just saying because I write. I'm just putting it out there. You could use bullets on the computer. You could do it any way you want. There's no right or wrong. You use the prompts like we talked about before. Some people are people like these people, typers. I'm not a typer, nor am I a writer, but I choose the pen, over the keyboard. But there is a study that shows that writing and using your hand, pen, and paper is a little bit more effective than using a computer. I'm just saying. Where to get that fact? I don't know, honestly. But what I'll do is I'll post up a link in my description of the journals that I use and maybe some of the prompt stuff that I use, and it can help you there. If not, Google it. I'm sure you'll find it. All right, guys, I would ask you to subscribe, but you're not gonna. So I'll see you later.